Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to our YouTube channel. And today we think that you can, in fact, make some dinner with us. We are preparing some dinner, and we want to teach you how to make this one, apple compote. You can eat it as before meal or after meal, and it's very simple. One thing you should consider is that you have apple with you. I have some apples here which I'm going to continue. That you remove, you peel. If I use the correct English word, you peel, and then you remove the seed inside. And then you try to cut your apples. If you want to have it exact in whatever size you want to have them, you cut them at least in small pieces, the better. But the good thing is you make sure that the seed is, you have removed the seed at least, and then you have peeled them, and that is the key word. The amount you decide yourself depending on how many people you want to invite for your before meal or after meal. I had some small apple, 10 small apples. They're the ones on the tip on the chipping board here, and
cutting board.
Yeah. And then I'm going to put my apples on this cooking pot. And the kind of apples I'm using, they are Scandinavian apple, which we grew here during summer, and they are quite bitter. If you don't have because the key word is here that you try to make the combination of the sugar, because some apples, if you intend to use some apples, they are very sweet, and you might not get the kind of compote that every dish it have its own taste. So for you to get the best result, you can use any apple. This is a way of, like, if you have bought some apples, I'm trying to teach you on how to deal away with like fruit which they have overstayed and you don't want to throw them away. Like, you have some apples. Those apples you can steal. There are some apples like the crunchy apples, when they become soft, you cannot eat them. They don't taste good. So the best thing you try to use, last time I taught you on how to make apple mousse to eat, which you can use with the soft apple, or you can make now we are in the second step on how you can get use of apples. So the soft apples which are not good, you don't feel good. I know, like I myself, when I'm eating apples, I like eating crunchy apples, and that's why I don't like these Scandinavian soft apples. When I eat apples, I love to eat the crunchy one. So but if you don't have the apples which are a little bit sour, what you can do, you can make your apple sour by the use of lemon. That you squeeze 50 milliliters juice from lemon juice, depending on the amount of apple compote you want. You squeeze some, let's say you squeeze some apple, you squeeze some lemon juice, and then after you have made your apple compote, after you have made your apple ready, then you pour the lemon juice onto your apple and let them at least they suck the lemon juice for about 10 to 15 minutes. That is the only way that you can get the best result. Because for an apple compote to be an apple compote, there is that taste, a chef look, a combination of sour and sour and sweet. So that is the combination that is a real apple compote should taste. Now I have put 50 ml water. I've added them to my apple compote. Then I'm going to cook this apple. The kind of apples I'm using today, they are quite soft. So if you don't have the very soft apples, you have to make sure that your apple are soft before you remove them from the cooking oven. Then, as we wait for our apple compote to be ready, we are going to prepare some sugar here. Remember that there is a taste that we are looking for between sour and sweet. And another thing, don't let your apple to cook until they become they mashed. You are not going to cook them until you cook them about 10 to 15 minutes as you keep on checking them. Keep on checking your apple so that they don't become too soft. You are not making apple sauce, so you are not going to let your apple overcook. That is another point to consider. And I can see that my apple were very dry, so you have to keep on adding some little water, because the key word with the apple compote that you want when they are ready, you will have them juicy. So I'll keep, now I want to prepare some sugar here. The kind of sugar that I'm having here today, it does not contain conserving detergent. So if this compote you are not going to eat it, it was like I wanted to preserve it. You cannot use the sugar without the preserving medium, because your apples are not going to last for long. And because as I always tell you that I like eating things that are sweet, but me and sugar, I always take precautions. So I'm going to put 3/4 of, let's say like this is 100 ml. You make it 80 or 75, we call it, because that is what 3/4 it is. 75 gram sugar. Then I'm going to put the reed. And then I will observe that my apple compote have not, I keep on checking them. Make sure that they have not overcooked. And as we wait for this, you can still, if you want, you can still add some vanilla sugar, depending on how sweet you want it to be. But for me, I would take 5 ml, because I don't want it to be sweet. Then we are using, we are going to eat our apple compote with ice cream, which have sugar too. So I have factor to consider, depending on what I'm going to eat my apple compote with. If you don't have the ice cream, you don't have to mind too much. You don't have to do as the way I do. Ice cream, you know, it's luxury and it's not recommended. So just use the spice. Is it called cinnamon?
Cinnamon.
Spice.
Cinnamon.
Cinnamon spice. Yeah, cinnamon spice. That's the thing. I'm an English teacher here, at least. I'm saved. So cinnamon spice. If you don't, when you put the cinnamon spice, you can eat the apple compote as the way it is. I think the cameraman can come a little bit near to show you that how the compote is. You can see it's producing apples. They have some water. They produce for themselves some water, so you don't have to put a lot of water. Because the way it is, these juices should follow even to the when they are ready. And as we wait for our apple compote, because today I want us to learn how you can use your fruits which are about to become waste. I want you to teach on how you can use bananas too. My bananas are good, in a good form. But I want you to imagine that these bananas have already turned brown. So, and you don't want to throw them. So you can use the bananas which are not very comfortable to eat to make pancakes. So we are going to make pancakes bananas. So we are going to mash the bananas. The amount of bananas that you are going to use depends on how many pancakes you are cooking. I'm just demonstrating on how you can use the fruits which are about to become waste. And then you use a spoon. You know, my bananas they were not in that form we are supposed to use them. So I'm gonna take some energy to mash them. And in fact, I want to mention one thing that I learned when I came to Scandinavians, that if, like, I know now it's Christmas time and people might not be having too much appetite, you may realize that you have probably bought some things, some fruits, and you are traveling. Bananas, do you know that you can remove, you can peel them and then you put them on the fridge. And then you can make some ice cream, or you can make some pancake with those bananas afterwards. Do you know that? That you don't have to worry that yeah, I'm going for holiday and I've not eaten my fruit. Yeah, our cameraman can tell us that the apple compote have started to smell.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that is a sign that our apple compote is starting to become ready.
But it has a good smell.
Yeah, when it starts, when it sounds, I like good aroma, which is I like calling it good aroma. Then it's typical we Scandinavians, we don't cook pancake with water. as I did it when I was in Africa or in Kenya, where I was born. We use some milk and egg. So for me to make my pancake, I need 2 eggs because I'm planning. We have a son which he does not always eat pancakes. So I'm planning to make like 6 to 8 pancakes. So, and too many eggs in pancakes, even when you're making chapati, it's not good. It can make your pancake hard. So don't put a lot of, don't exaggerate when you are making pancake. Don't use a lot of eggs. And then we need some salt. Sorry, I did not have salt with me. Me, I'm always typical Africans. I don't measure salt. I know when the salt is okay. Then I'm going to I'm going to add the bananas. Then I'm going to whip a bit before I add milk. And I hope my whipping, yeah, we have a whipping here. And I thought I think I could have used the electrical whip because my bananas, they were not, they were in a bit good conditions, and I can see that there are some small pieces, and I don't want my pancake to become not as comfortable. Then I'm going to add milk. Of course, this is 50 ml, so I'm planning to take the 4 of them. Oh, 50, 100, 150, 200, and that is go. And then we are going to add 150. This is flour, and I always like to seal my flour because otherwise your pancake, even is to avoid bubbles. If you don't know why I have to seal the flour, remove the bubbles. I think I'm going to use 200. Here we make very thin pancake. We don't like very fat things. If I call it fat, if I use that language. Yeah, there is thick and thin. Let's use the correct grammar so that we don't have to offend anyone.
Any pancakes watching.
I think we need to have removed the the heating pan. Today I think we're gonna behave a little bit on this heating pan. At least we have a handle. You don't have to scare people. Isn't it?
Mm.
Yeah. Mm. And sometimes you may realize that when you're making pancake, I don't want this one to become thick. I don't know how I can call it. We call it smeared in our language here. I don't have the English name. You know, some things when I went to school, English school in Africa, they were not there. So that's why I feel sometimes it's very hard for me to speak very good English. We are good to go. And now we are going to, our apple compote is now very, very ready. I'm telling you, the smell can tell. Then we Scandinavians, we have some, because these are the kind we are about to eat dinner, and this is what we are making. We are now just making it for fun. This is what we are going to have tonight. So I think I'm going to demonstrate on how we do it, because it's very good for them to know how we do it. I think we need a spoon. Put it the amount you want, and then because we are 3 of us, we normally be 4, but today we are 3. So I'm going to put this one on beside the table where we are taking. Oh, this is my charger. Please, can you help me to put it aside? So our before dinner is done, and then this one I'm gonna wait because this one I'm going to demonstrate a bit, because that one it have to become a little bit cold. Otherwise the ice cream is going to melt. But we can demonstrate on how we do it by putting just a small there. And then we have some ice cream. And it's winter, and we love eating ice cream. Especially this cameraman here. I bought his favorite because he's always problem. And if your ice cream is direct from the fridge, I may give you tips. You have to warm it by making sure that you rinse the ice cream spoon with warm water. It makes you easy to be able to take your ice cream. Can see? And that's how we do it. Then you take the dessert spoons and you enjoy your meal. It's gonna be good. I feel like continuing to eat this one. But we have a mission we are going. I have to put this one back to the fridge because we are not yet done. I can see our pan have heat up. we make some few pancake, then we say goodbye to you. We have to keep this one in the freezer. Now we are in the process of making our pancakes. Oh, this oil is always and this always be liquid, and it's a frying oil. It's make you easy to fry things. And then I'm going to make sure that your oil, when you are frying things, make sure that you turn, you at least you try to make sure that the oil have touched every part of your heat of your frying pan when you are frying anything. Then I'm going to use, I'm going just to make a few of pancake that you see. I always love to teach you things that I've learned with years, that I've lived in Scandinavia, so that we try to educate each other, because some things we did not know we ourselves, but when you come to new places, you learn new things. Oh, I cannot stop eating it. Excuse me. It's so good. I'm sorry, cameraman, that you just enjoy it. But I'm just making you tired of holding the camera, and you're not enjoying what I'm enjoying. As I told you that our pancakes are very thin, now you can see. And we have prepared, I told you that we're eating dinner. We have prepared some soup here, so I'm going to put the soup in the bowl.
What type of soup?
It's a squash. I made squash. It was squash, and it was some potatoes, and is it squash and potatoes? Yeah. But potatoes were just very few. We like eating soup. Soup is our best, in fact, like when we are eating bread. We love eating, having, we like, in fact, we like eating soup. And I think our followers have learned with time that we love eating soups. Because I love making different kind of soups. I think I need to put a reed. I can use the reed here. I don't know. No, that one is a little bit. I'm going to use what I have. Because you know these bowls, they don't have the reed. So we are preparing our dinner tonight. Because weekend is the only time family have together. And it's good always for the family to think on how they can enjoy a good meal. Because during the weekdays, people are busy. We are working, children are in school. If you have small children like I, so you are busy. So make use of the time that you have to make your family enjoy. We are not the kind of family that We love, yeah, we have, traveling is our hobby, but exclude the time that we are for vacations. We don't normally go out to eat because I can make the most meals. I can fix the most meal at home. Even I prefer to buy the best meat because there is nothing funny than to go spend a lot of money in the same kind of things that you could have bought yourself and get yourself some time and fix. Because a family of 4, how much do you think we can eat? Considering that we have 2 teenagers. It's a lot of money. So I try to budget. Of course. A wise woman always budgets because you don't have to use the whole income that you have just to eat. You need some other things. So let's try to organize things. I think I reduced the heat. That one, I think I love pancakes, and because of the bananas, they're taking too much time to have the color that I love it. Or I would prefer to have them with. So make sure that you don't throw your fruits. Get use of everything that you have at home. Some things you learn with time depending on your age. Some things someone does not learn when you are at your 20s. You don't have time to take care of the brown bananas, but as you mature with age, and despite the business that you have, you'll always have time to take care of some things because you have learned on how to organize yourself. Yeah, this is the color I wanted the pancake to have. I think this pancake I have to take it back. I don't like. So you can see that the pancakes are coming out very well. So make sure that you share, you subscribe, and you tell a friend to tell a friend. And we are so grateful for those that are supporting us. So continue following our day life. This week we have been busy. We have not been able to download many videos, but we'll try to be better next year. Yes, and that's all we can say. We will continue cooking, and I'll continue cooking some more because I have to cook food for next week, at least some things I can organize. So that's all that we wanted to share with you for today. Thank you. See you next video. Bye bye.